We're in the dark.
Yes, you are. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about because you're doing this at like 1 o'clock in the morning, right? You said you wanted to do
Well,
that?
first, you're trying to dissuade us from doing this, right?
No, no, I'm not at all. Well,
It's
I
one of
just,
your emails said, this is not a good idea.
Yeah. Do what you
That
want,
was
guys. But this is stupid.
that was
that
the
was the one
last
where you were, yeah, that
we
wasn't
were
this
gonna
one.
roll up on him, and he said, "Don't do that."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's session 4, right? That's the email.
Session 3,
Because I
tech.
threw them both in my inbox, and it for some reason put the the receive dates as today
Yeah, well, I just forwarded one to you. I just sent because you
on,
said,
but
so I sent it to you. So you
oh,
should,
okay, that's the anniversary one. That was today too. Okay, never mind.
yeah, it's tag session 3 tech review. Second to last one for sent from tags. So probably, Mike, your email is doesn't recognize that tags because I have an email I'm using with this instead of
Oh,
the
that's I bet that's when you changed emails, didn't you?
yeah, that's why you're getting spam.
That's why they started getting moved to spam. That makes sense.
Yeah. It's tagsrpg@gmail.com. Just
I already right clicked and told it to
okay.
never
Allow those
spam it.
through.
What did you really do?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, one thing I want to talk to you because a lot of you guys don't have like night vision at all. Llama does, I know, and I think Sartre has low light vision,
Yeah,
but everybody
great.
else humans. So
Yeah,
we
I can't see shit right now.
we didn't talk about that, but I mean, that's pretty much what you're going to see. That screen that you're seeing is what you're going to see with the way it is right now because you didn't talk about doing light and you're talking about, doing this at 1 o'clock in the morning. So that was the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is how are you planning on being able to do this and see and
Well, I have a point to spend.
Well, we're gonna hit this one thing with fire arrows,
Yeah.
so that's gonna create a fire. These little tents on the ground do not create stalactite or column-like shadows everywhere. So I don't care what the light
Well,
situation
they
in
do
roll
if you're
20
on the
says.
ground, but for us all being up here, they wouldn't.
Yeah,
what I did is I turned it not 100% dark. I made it like 20% dark. That way you could see something, but
yeah.
all of those columns are reflecting off of the firelights. All the kobolds on the north side, the northwest side, they're night creatures. So they're kind of up partying around fires right now, which is the other thing that I didn't talk to you about last time, but they're on the other side of the compound, but they don't sleep at night unless they have to, unless they're forced to based on what's going on with the Raiders. But so they tend to be happening, this time. Not that they're paying attention. I mean, they're dancing around fires, they're eating, they're
And
doing what.
drunk and
Yeah, yeah, right. The other thing I didn't add that this map did not talk about, and none of the thing talked about, is there's got to be like horses, and these guys have been raiding farms, so there's got to be cows and chickens and pigs, that kind of thing. So I threw a bunch of horses in there, which you can't see. Well, you might be able to see. It's actually right here. Oh, wait a minute. I'm on the wrong.
My view is very different from what is shown on your screen.
So
yeah.
see, can you see my things there? It's kind of a big area just south of the one fire. Anyway,
I just see a lot of black pillars.
there's a bunch of animals on the one corner, the south corner, kind of where Sartre and Mub are hanging out. Over on the to the left of them, I'm turning that into like a corral with animals because a camp this size with high level leaders is going to have horses. They're going to have some cattle and stuff for feeding for butchering. So I kind of converted that area, which is good for you guys because it means that there's less people close to you on that southern side. Uh,
Wait, did you say butcher or brothel?
Butcher, butcher, yeah, butcher.
Damn. We're at the wrong end. And I can't see anything but
Where is?
pillars of
Yeah, those pillars. Those are basically where the tents are. But
Okay.
if I had it 100% black, you wouldn't be able to see anything. So it's better than nothing. I don't know how to.
Ah,
I
okay.
could probably turn that off somehow in the lighting system, but I don't know how to do that. And I figured,
Okay.
yeah, once there's light, like around the fires, you can see the fires, right? Everybody can see
Not really. I can see
Little glow
maybe three
areas as well.
areas with light or auras. I see a light around Mub and Sartre, but mostly it's black.
But if you move yourself, you can. It's just because of
If you
where.
move around, you'll see what's in that area. Yeah,
Ah,
you've got low
okay.
light vision, so
You've
you
got a
only see
cliff,
a little far.
Andrew. You've got a cliff to the left of you, which is blocking all that light. There's just
Okay.
right directly north of you. There's a little bit of light you can see. That's one of the fires.
Okay. I just moved north and I can see a fire due north.
Yeah. So anyway, there's like three or four. I mean, you can see it on the map that I'm sharing with everybody.
Yep.
Got that kind of scaled back so you can see there's a bunch of fires, four fires with kobolds dancing around them over on the far side. It's
Okay.
on your side where you're at, it's very quiet. But that's the first thing we need to talk about is it's so dark that most of you aren't going to be able to see anything. Did I put
Well,
Mercury? Let me look and see if I put a what I did with your dynamic lighting.
Yeah, we should have made sure there was some moonlight.
I mean, yeah, there's
Yeah.
got to be moon, stars, something, and then plus, not that you can see well, but those fires around the camp, even the ones that are far away. I mean, we've been out in this darkness for a while, so our eyes should have adjusted to where we can at least see things inside there. We can't see them well, but we can see everything in there.
I see things within the firelight, campfire light.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of it's blocked by different tents and stuff. But if I have a clear view of the fire, I can see a little area around it and everything.
Yeah. I mean, the point is though, over where you guys are all at, there isn't any light and it's fairly dark here. I mean, we didn't talk about moon phases, but
Right. Right.
I kind of assumed that it was, not a full moon.
I'd assume there'd be some moon up there that would kind of help. So,
Well, there is something, and that's why I gave you enough to see.
Right.
We have a little bit.
right.
Yeah, a little bit. There's enough to see.
Which really that's all I thought it was going to be. Is just
But
we can barely see, and especially until I start the extra fires.
yeah, I
Right.
mean, keep in mind too that you guys are in where you're at, Balthazar and Ming. That whole area is covered in like 6 foot tall grasses.
Mhm.
There's shadows everywhere. It's not like conducive to moving around in the middle of the night easily. Which I didn't think about that or consider it last time. But if you're going to do this in the
Okay.
middle of the night, it's questionable. I mean, you're going to have to figure out some way to see. Now you can see the tower where you guys are close to. If you
Right.
want to stop that, and if you want to like shut that down, you can. Once you get close to that tower, I'll give you some light, and you can do what you need to do because there is a source of light inside of that tower.
Right. I was just getting down here ready to shoot, these tents down here and light them on fire.
Right, and you can see. I mean, barring the stupid lines of
Right.
shadows, that's where those tents are. So
Right.
you see those, so you know where the tents are.
And basically, I'm guessing from my point of view, I can't totally see the tents, but I can see the shadows or the light they're blocking out, from the fires behind them. And that's kind of what I'm going to aim at.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Let's see.
I just need melee guys in front of me and then someone to light a torch so they can hold on to the torch so I can just, knock the arrow, put the end of the arrow into the torch until it lights, and then fire, and then do the same thing to the next arrow. So I don't have to try and light while I'm firing a two-handed weapon.
Okay. And the other thing I wanted to ask you guys, I don't think we talked about your exit strategy, like what you're going to do after all this happens.
We kind of did. We're hoping that hang on, Mub and Sartre. Did I say that right? How do you say that?
You can say it however you want.
Satyr.
Stater, yeah.
So
I remembered it as Sartre.
Sartre. Okay.
Class.
So we assume that Mub and Sartre would be able to get down, and we would cause enough of a distraction up top here that they could get in, rescue the monk, and while they were doing that, they were going to be trying to release some of the other
Captives.
captives down with them. And then once they free the monk and most or some of the captives are done, they were going to head back to the ladder and start using that rope ladder that we put down to just kind of climb over up and out of this thing. And then they were going to head south while we finished our distraction. And then after that, we were going to, the three of us that are up north here, we were going to head probably east until we lost people, and then basically circle back around to where we left the our horses and wagons and whatever else we've got with us.
Brother, you can see a little bit, right? You've got low light vision.
Yes, I can see a little bit, but there are a lot of areas that are obscured.
Right. Do you have any light spells?
Yes, I have fire. I have light.
Yeah, I was looking for light more than fire.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, if you
yes,
make
I have
fire,
light.
all of a sudden we're not the distraction, you are too.
Okay, I cast fire on Mub.
Yeah, you do have a light spell which
Yeah, so
lasts.
I'm the distraction now. Thank you.
So,
And
Andrew,
to
you
stop,
can
drop,
create.
and roll.
Do I want to cast it? Is that going to draw too much attention?
I'm just saying, before this all went down, before you guys split, you can give everybody like a penny with light on it that they can hide, and then they can have it.
Oh,
But
okay.
standard kind of that's
I thought
standard
of that.
operating procedure with people with
Can
light.
I go back in time and do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, everyone, here's a penny. I want it back when you're
Light on.
done.
Well, the light will go out after a little bit.
It's
Well,
10 hours. You got 10 hours with it, so
Oh, okay, so yeah. So yeah, we could use that to kind of put in our hand and basically keep it mostly covered up,
right.
but just kind of angle or aim the light so we could walk to get where we're at.
Mhm.
But yeah, keep most of the light covered because we don't want, a bunch of lights showing people approach their camp.
Look, large fireflies.
Yeah,
So we're basically doing the fantasy version of holding out our phone. Is that
pretty much, yeah.
but you
that
can
works.
put it in your mouth.
I
And
guess you can.
Just
but
open it and close it as you need.
I was always told never to put money in my mouth, so.
Well, I heard that putting pennies in your mouth can help defeat, not that you would worry about it, but DUI tests. It's a rumor.
You've heard.
Okay.
Okay, has anybody else got anything they want to change or think about or reconsider based on new evidence?
So yeah, based on what I said, is that what everybody thinks we're doing?
Yes. What he said, but I have a little bit of light now.
And so basically what we decided is once we start the distraction by lighting a 10 on fire, was it 10 rounds we were going to give you before we start vacating ourselves?
That sounds about right.
Would it take more than 10 rounds to get over
It better not.
and be on your way out? The other
10, that's only a
captives-
minute. So where are you guys starting?
They're starting
We're
already
on the
down.
ground before
They're already
before he
down the
starts his
on the
attack.
ground.
We're already down the cliff. We've dropped the rope ladder down and climbed down.
Yeah, we did that last week because he had to do some rolls.
Right.
So they're
Yeah.
down at the ground waiting. So literally they can start running towards him or towards the refugees as soon as, or the not
As
refugees.
soon as we start seeing the commotion.
Yes, as soon as the first tent gets lit on fire, they can take off.
Yeah, that's
Gordon,
right.
can you give me like 5 feet of light just in my area?
Yeah, let me
Because I'm going to try to keep the thing hidden as much as possible, but let me see something.
So Don, do you think a minute, so 10 rounds, do you think that's enough? Do we need to keep distracting and shooting people longer than that, or is that long enough that we can start retreating after that?
Give me 10 rounds and I think you can start retreating.
Okay.
Okay, does that open?
I've
I
got a
just-
little bit of like,
Yeah, I can see just around me, but yeah.
Yeah, and Chuck, I gave you night vision 10 feet, which is a reflection of your radial sense. So
Okay.
it's not like you really can see, but you can sense
Yeah.
that even in the when it's black. So everybody should be able to see a little bit around him. And Llama, you can see a lot, right? Because you have gray vision. Okay. All right. So before we get into what you guys, I want to start around.
Wait, don't I have gray vision? Not night vision, but gray vision.
no, you have low light.
You're a half
She has
elf. You have
dark
low
vision.
light.
Oh, okay.
You can see twice as far with light sources, but where you're at now, there's really not any light sources. So
Gotcha.
it
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought had half elves had gray vision.
Oh.
Okay.
You want to be a
I'm
drow?
not exactly a rules lawyer.
Balthazar. All right, so that
My
turn order.
go-to guy, Andrew.
What?
You're my go-to guy.
Oh, jeez. God help you.
Okay, so we'll start with Balthazar, Ming, and Lama. And as you guys are rolling to get set up, there is a distraction when you're moving together still. So you're just kind of starting to get set up, but you hear what sounds like a cricket, but it sounds like it's in the air and it's moving towards you. And at some point, a little, like a foot tall creature flies into you guys' field of vision. He's got his hands up, or she actually, it's a she. And she says, "Are you here to help free
Yes.
Nielsen?" Say what, Mike?
You paused after, "Are you here?" And I was like, "Well, yes, I am."
Are you here to free Leosin?
Yes. Unless you're the bad guys, then no.
Unless you don't want us to.
I'm not a bad guy. We were sent to free Leosin also, and it looks like you almost beat us to doing that. But there are several of us here, and we are willing to help you.
Hey,
Okay,
I'm sorry for us.
then I give her the summed up version of our plan. I point out where we've got people.
There's too much.
There's too much. Let me sum up.
Okay, well, if you will give me 2 minutes, I'm going to fly to where my other people are. They're over by the entrance, and I will consult with them, and I'll be back, and then hopefully we can converge our plans and make it a stronger plan.
Okay.
So she disappears for a little bit.
So if Ming and Llama want to go ahead and come down and get in front of me, and like I said, figure out which one of you two is going to hold the torch for me so I can light these arrows.
So are you guys leaving the guards? Are you planning on them setting an alarm, or are you planning on neutralizing them?
The guards in the tower?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that we were gonna light a fire. Like, aren't we gonna creep up on them and
Yeah.
I mean, you can use them as part of the. If they start sounding an alarm, though, the entire camp is going to go on lockdown.
Right.
It's gonna. So I
So
mean,
I would rather
will be a distraction, but might not be the one you want. Maybe
I
don't
would
know.
rather just dispatch them. But like I said, the first arrow that goes out, no one's going to know until someone in that tent notices that their tent is on fire.
except for the guys
Because
in the
it's
tower?
going to be a quiet shot.
Aren't
So
the guys in the tower gonna see all the lit arrows at the base of the tower?
well, they're not paying attention to everything. I mean, according to last time, they're like sitting there playing cards.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not even looking over the edge and not being super attentive. You know, they're not paying close attention. So, like I said, us lighting the arrow and shooting that first one, that's going to be pretty much the surprise round. I don't think anything's going to happen until after that. So, like I said, if I can have just someone hold this for one round, so I can get that second arrow off, the other one can already be making their way up the tower to dispatch them.
I mean, Llama's never gonna challenge you. If you ask her to do something for the fight, she'll do it. She's not much.
Or actually, if we can all sneak close to the tower, if we can just wedge the torch somewhere in the tower so you guys can start climbing up and I'll wait until you guys are about ready to jump in and pounce on them. And then I'll start lighting the fires. As long as I've got something, because it takes two hands to shoot. I can't have a third hand holding, the torch to light the end of the arrow.
He's not Fletcher.
I'm not Fletcher yet. Wait till I level next. I'm gonna
Third hand.
on a third Glabrezu arm.
This is basically your surprise round, so you can throw off 2 arrows lit, and then we'll start initiative. So that's how we'll count. As far as the action goes.
Mm-hmm.
So are we gonna go up in the tower and try to take some of these people out?
So yeah, if that's the case, you guys probably just need to stealth up the tower. And then as soon as I see you guys jump to take these guys out, I'm gonna start lighting the tents on fire.
Okay. So I will use stealth and move over to the edge of the tower and try to find the best way in.
Can you just throw them down at me because I don't have any stealth?
Well, once the fighting starts, there will be no need for stealth.
Just chuck them down over the side and I'll take
Just whip them at you.
Yeah, just throw them down.
I mean, if he does that, he can just let them land pretty much, and that'll be.
Yeah, that'll have to have been probably.
I don't even have stealth on my sheet anywhere. Like,
Yeah.
You sure? I
Some-
thought stealth is kind of a default. So everybody should have that.
oh wait, I do have stealth. Okay, I
Under
didn't know.
physique.
Yeah.
Under physique.
Part of physique. Even if you don't have
+2.
any mods, it's +2. So you're good. Then you're +5 on it.
I don't know how that happened. Come on now. But
Well, you
okay,
don't wear armor. And plus you really like killing people, so you just
I
have to sneak up on them to start
I
killing.
get so excited I get stealth. And
Just
I have to be.
You can be stealthy. You just never are.
sometimes it's not as much fun.
Never as much fun.
Okay, so the
Okay.
little flying Fae comes back and says, my compatriots thought that they could start another distraction at the entrance by the kobolds.
That would be awesome. And I say, you should be able to see. I basically point down and say, that tent down there, I'm going to start by lighting that on fire. So when you should be able to see that from across the camp, or someone should. When you see that tent get lit, that's your key. That's your clue to start whatever distraction you're going to do.
Okay, we will do that.
So yeah, be careful, don't get hurt. But yeah, the extra distraction will help us quite a bit. So thank you.
We did talk to Nassim on the way. We tracked him. We had a way to follow him, so he's aware that we're here, and we can meet up at some point after this.
Yeah, after we're gonna do this for 1 minute. Once the distraction starts, hopefully they've got enough time to get him and get back out within 1 minute, and then we're gonna start retreating to the east and then circle back around to where our stuff is.
Okay, she flies off again. So, Balthazar,
I'll wait about a minute or so to give her a chance to get back to wherever her peeps are.
okay.
And then, yeah, if one of you guys could light a torch and somehow wedge it in the tower so I can start using it to fire arrows.
Give me a stealth, Ming, and see. Are you going to climb up to the tower before that, right? You're planning on getting up there?
Yeah.
Let me give you the tower. It's a simple 4-post with a ladder straight up, and it's got about a 3-foot column around the whole square top part.
Mhm.
And it does have a roof, but it's all open other than the 3-foot railing.
How tall is the platform above the ground?
I think it was 20 feet, 15 or 20 feet, something like that.
Okay.
How big are the boards the footing that this thing is built on? How big are they?
They are 4x4. Yeah, they should be 4x4s with bracing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to stealth up, and try to find a way into the guard tower.
Well, if you go up the ladder, it's very easy. I'm sure it's open right up into it.
I don't know what all that means, but there you go. Stealth is 7.
Okay. There. Okay, so you are climbing up the ladder, is that right? Or are you climbing up the side?
Well, can you climb up the bracing and the legs and all that to go up
Yeah,
over the
yes.
railing? Yeah, I'm
Yes.
doing that.
Okay.
So you're going over the side.
Yeah.
So is
And are
Llama going up the ladder then?
Are you on the side that you're at, or?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let me.
And then Llama, are you heading up the ladder then?
I don't feel like going up the middle. Just feels like popping your head up like a whack-a-mole. It doesn't. I feel like I'd rather come up over the side and be really quiet and try and make them look over, grab them by the collar and pitch them over my back. That's
Okay.
kind of what I had in my mind.
Okay. Then
So
what does
I'm
does
going to go
Llama
off
need
the
to do the stealth
backside.
then too?
Yeah, I'm going to stealth up the back. Six, submit to.
Llama's
Bill's
super
doing pretty
stealthy.
good.
She must be really excited to start killing people.
It's it's her first time being stealthy. She's been saving it up.
I've been watching. I can do this. If I get to kill more.
Okay, so Balthazar, were you waiting until they engaged, or were you trying to do it before they engaged?
Basically, as soon as I see one of them go over the edge, like they're going in, that's when I'm gonna let the arrow go. So when they get to the top, I'm gonna light the arrow and then just wait to see one of them, either reach in to grab someone or go over the edge to get to someone, and then I'm gonna start firing.
Okay, Lama and Ming, give me a notice check. It's a knowledge notice.
$14.
Okay, you guys are about halfway up, moving stealthily, you think? And all of a sudden, the guys up top playing cards get quiet. And you hear somebody say, "Shh, I hear something."
I stop.
Yeah, pause for a second.
Okay, Lama, did you say you were going stairs, or you're going up in the
No,
scaffolding too?
I'm on the back between the ladder to the cavern, and I'm on that side.
Over the side.
Okay, so you're
So-
both.
So over on this side,
No,
Uh-huh.
we're
Right by the ladder to the downstairs cavern.
yeah, the ladder's on the north side. Ming's on the east side.
yeah. Okay. If somebody looks over from the top, will they be able to see either of you?
I
If
would
they,
think
depends
not,
on which
'cause-
side they look down.
well, we're climbing up the interior structure of the base, right? The footing and the bracing and all
I
that.
know you were, Chuck. I wasn't 100%
That's what
sure.
I said too. I'm not climbing up the
Yeah,
ladder.
she's
I'm
not doing
talking,
the ladder.
the ladder's
Yeah.
the ladder that goes down to the canyon floor. I'm above it. You see what I'm saying, Gordon?
Yeah, yeah. So if you wait a little bit, you're not going to see anything, but you'll hear somebody say, "I heard something," and then it stops for a little bit. And then after, I don't know, probably 15 seconds, you hear him say, "I don't know what that was." And then they
How
throwing coins again to play another hand.
And they're back to playing cards.
How long did it take us in real time to get as far as we did?
Halfway is like 7 feet. So, I mean, you're talking about seconds. It would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe one round, yeah.
That means another stealth check, I'm feeling.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
once it's settled down, we'll continue to move.
Okay, another stealth for both of you.
So we're inside. Well, I was in,
You're
like, I'm not
climbing-
on the
yeah.
outside, I'm on the inside of the structure.
Yeah, it's an open structure with 4x4 posts on the outside with scaffolding to give it bracing.
Right.
That-
But you
so
can
if you're
climb up
climbing
the
on,
inside.
yeah, if you're climbing on the inside, you're basically just using that as handholds on the inside. So you could do it either way, on the outside or the
Yeah.
inside.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm climbing on the inside till I get up higher, and then I was going to flip around.
Yeah.
That's what I intended.
Chuck,
Okay.
your rolls are still. So how do you do that consistently?
It's your thing, man.
I don't roll your dice though. No matter if it's a D6 or a D20. It's like
You set up the macros in this system, and this system
So
hates
it's all
me.
you.
So it's all your fault.
Llama, you have surprise, so you get basically an action where nobody can react to you as you're going over the talk. Ming, there's somebody who is aware of what you're doing though. As you come over, they all are looking right at you.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
how
if
many
they're-
is all? I'm sorry.
So we'll let Llama, you can go first.
How many of them are there?
Yeah, how many
There's
is
three.
all?
Okay. And they're looking at me, which means they're not looking at you.
Yeah.
So get to killing, woman.
Yeah, I mean, my thought is to jump over the top and push one right over the edge.
So let me give
He's
you
leaning
the
over because he's looking at your friend. So go ahead.
Right.
let me give you the flavor text real quick as you guys peek over the top. So there's looks like a bullseye lantern in the middle that's opened enough to give light to be able to play cards, and there's three guys sitting cross-legged, throwing coins into the middle. There's also a horn over on the side.
Ooh, get rid of that horn.
I'm going to do
Yeah.
the light first. I'm going to extinguish the light first, and then the horn.
Yeah, get rid of that horn. That should be your first priority.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got an action. You're first.
Okay. My action is going to be to blow out the light.
Well, it's a bullseye lantern. You're not gonna be able to blow it out. You can
What's a
grab
bullseye?
it. It's like an old-fashioned covered light that you can open and shutter, made out of metal. It's fairly sturdy. I mean, there's a turn knob, so you could, but I mean, getting to the turn knob is basically going to mean you have to lean down and try to turn it off.
Okay. All right. Fine. The horn is where?
On
the side?
Second.
I think it might just be my new weapon.
You got lucky. The horn is on your side. It's right next to you.
Okay. I'm going to take that bad boy and shove it in my bag, I guess.
Blow on it real hard.
See if it works first. No.
So grabbing a horn and putting it in a bag, that is going to be an action. So that will take up.
You're probably done after that.
Yeah. So you're
Or
done.
I could chuck it over the side and then have another action.
If you chuck it over the side, then I would count that as like a 15-foot part of a 15-foot move, and then you would still be.
I would do that.
Okay, so I'm going to chuck it over the side over here into the dark, away from the people and the cavern and the ladder down there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bull rush whoever is bent over the wall the most, which would give them a disadvantage, and just push them over.
None of them are actually against the wall. If anything, they're kind of backing away because they're seeing a person climb over the railing. So they're kind of all reaching for their weapons and you standing up. So the one closest to you, this guy is probably. Can you see that?
No, I see.
The one just south is going to be the.
Myself on top now. Hang on.
Yeah, I can't see anything on top there. What makes sense for me though.
Am I in the right place?
Yeah,
Is this
yeah,
where
that's
I
right.
came up right here?
Yep, that's right. I don't know why, because I put a light source there.
You might just have to remove those walls.
I don't have walls. All I've got is just the whole thing is dark.
Well, you had to draw some walls.
No, I just did it through I made the whole page dark.
Isn't
But like each thing, didn't you have to put in each thing here, the dynamic lighting layer? Otherwise,
No,
I wouldn't see the shadows I see now.
no, I didn't do any dynamic lighting layers. It did that by itself. Um, all I did was went into the page and I turned on and I made it 20% light.
How does it? The dynamic lighting is how it knows to do the shadows. I don't know
Yeah.
how else to do that.
Let's see.
If you go to the dynamic lighting layer, do you see walls or lines that you can delete?
So are they all dead, Llama?
yeah, almost. Give me just another second.
Okay.
Okay, everything just went pitch black
Keeps
now.
making it harder. The
Yeah.
horn's gone. We got rid of the
Because
horn.
I had daylight mode on, which is all I did was I went into the page settings and I turned daylight mode on.
Well, that can go back on, but
Vision.
to make these, I mean, I can see the shapes on here that are causing these shadows.
Hmm.
It doesn't know what's supposed to be a shadow. You usually have to put the
Yeah, I know what you're
walls
saying.
in there.
I didn't do any of the lines. All I did was turn on. I went to the page and I turned on dynamic lighting, and then I made the opacity 30%.
Okay, Don, how does that happen? I only know of the dynamic layer to put objects on here that cause shadows. I don't know of any other way to do it. And there's no way Roll20 would automatically know that those pictures are things that needs to hide.
Right, because it's just part of the graphic.
Did you buy this? Did you buy
Yeah,
this?
Yeah, it's a bot. It's probably
Oh, so they did that, but they should have done it via the
Dynamic lighting. Yeah.
layer.
If you turn on dynamic lighting, there's no lines, even if it's like red or anything like that. The
Red or
dynamic layer.
no, no. If I can go to the dynamic lighting layer. Oh, there are lines. Yeah, I guess they built the lines in. Oh,
Yeah,
hang on,
they
Yeah,
built all
they
the
built the
lines
lines
in.
in.
So can I delete those then?
So yeah, you can just highlight them and delete. Yeah, right there you go. Perfect.
There we go. Well, let me get rid of some of this shit. I can get rid of all these. Awesome.
I was gonna say I was so floored. He's like, I didn't put any of these in. I was like, then how does this happen?
All right, there we go. That's much better.
Huh. Wow, that helps. Okay, so Ming's coming up on that guard. Okay. Then, okay, my next question is, how does rage work in this game as far as how quickly can I up and rage?
You can do that. Well,
Is it an instant action like it is Pathfinder?
yes, it is.
Okay.
So throwing the horn and then getting pissed off would that be your whole action then?
Yeah, you can't. Let me look at your character here.
And then how do I use the fast?
Well, you definitely cannot use fast because you've
Let's go full action.
you've
You
done
you have to be attacking to do that.
it's a full action to do fast, and you've
That
already
makes
done
sense.
too much.
That makes sense. Okay.
Trying to see, and that the plus fast, Jennifer, that doesn't change any of the things. All that does is it's a reminder of how much damage you can do if you're using fast. So I added on everybody's sheets, I added just a little notation in the drop-down menus that just say plus fast damage. Go to physique and open your menu, Jennifer.
I'm looking at it and I'm trying to decide which of these, like,
So the plus fast 4D, that doesn't change any rolls you make. All it is it means your normal body is 4D damage. So you do 4 damage. If you're doing fast, you do another 4 damage. So the
because
total
you're
would
getting
be
two attacks. Because you're getting two attacks.
Right. I'm keeping it separated because I realize that you can't really split a weapon attack, so it has to really basically be
Yeah.
the weapon attacking. So if you split it, it's going to be 4D and 4D. You can't do like 6D and 2D because it wouldn't make any sense to do it that way.
Right.
So with rage,
So if you're doing, are you going to try to? Well, you're You're not going to have, you don't have your scimitar out because you were climbing. So all you can do is like a body
Yeah, I was
attack.
going to use body
Okay, so you can
then-
do,
and then remind me with the strength, how the strength is different than the rage. I don't remember how the strength is different.
strength just means that you're using more force. It gives you less of a chance to hit somebody, but if you do hit, you hit harder. It's basically you're being reckless.
All
To
right.
hit harder.
So I recklessly would like to, with my body, attack the guard that is next to where Ming's going to come up, so he can't push Ming off. I want to grab him and throw him off the tower. Attempt to throw him off balance, throw him off the tower, or hit him with. Actually, I'd rather just bull rush him and hit him with my shoulder, and try and knock him backwards off the tower without knocking
okay.
him off.
The tower has a 3-foot wall around it.
Yeah, that's going to be fairly
It's kind
hard.
of a perfect. It's kind of a perfect hinge point. I mean, honestly, if your body, the lower body, hits that wall, and you've got something, you're gonna flip right over that thing like a son of a gun.
Well, you could grab somebody and try to pull them over, but they're going to naturally grab onto the side. And also, you've got two guys behind you. If you do that, that you're basically exposing your back to.
I understand that.
So, I mean, I don't know that
You're
trying
saying
to.
you can't push somebody over a 3-foot wall.
Well,
You
most
can.
of them were sitting down where they were playing cards.
Well, they all stood up.
They
when
were, but they all, yeah, that was
Oh, they all stood up. Okay.
because Ming lost surprise. That's what happened. They
Okay.
stood up and reacted. They're all turned, looking at Ming and standing now.
I'm like looking at this deck right outside, Gordon, and if somebody was standing there and I was the size of Llama, and I ran at them and attempted to push them over.
You can try that. What I'm saying is, one, they're going to naturally try to hang on, grab on, which they might end up messing with
Taking
me
it with
where
them.
he's at. Yeah. And the other thing is, you're going to expose your back to two guys who are ready to attack behind you. So I
They're
don't
not
know.
really ready. They just stood up, though. Are they
Yeah,
ready?
no. Yes, they're not ready, but yeah. I mean, if you do that, I'm going to give you a chance to knock Ming off, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well,
Rather
then I'm
than
going to do that if that's
going up
what
and
you're going to
bashing
do.
him in the head would.
Hey,
Safe.
he knew the risk when he joined.
All right.
I
So,
mean, Ming's pretty dexterous. He could probably work around it, but
all right. I will attack the
Because he
guard on
can't
my.
roll.
yeah.
I'll attack the guard on my right then, or my right. That's what you're saying is that if I attack this one, I run the risk of pushing him against me. So I need to go after
You
this
can, you
guy.
can attack him. You can hit him like you can do a fist blow, or you can hit him with
I'm
your
just
head.
trying to prevent him from getting good ground and pushing Ming off the tower. If he's going to sit there and focus on Ming coming up the tower, I don't want my.
If you just attack him, you should get his attention. And that's not
Yeah,
pushing him over.
You engage
Okay.
with him. He's going to react
But you
to you.
said I kept saying I've got my back exposed to those other two guys, which I do. But is there something I'm missing, or?
Well, you can attack, like you can take your right hand and blow somebody without, yeah, I mean, you can still be looking over your shoulder. If you're trying to actually physically either bull rush or grab them by two hands and push them over, you're engaging your whole body core into throwing them over the side rather than, being
Okey-doke.
part of the, it just feels like more, I
Okay.
don't
Yeah.
All right. You are the tagger. I'm going to listen. So here we go. Now, I'm looking for my mods. So with my body, I have a +2 mod. Is that right?
just do the drop down physique body with
did.
strength.
I did that, and then I'm looking at my macro options, and there's a mod. Do I have a mod?
Got my severed head.
No, there's no mod.
Because they're already all in there.
It's already in there, yeah.
All
All the
normal
standard stuff.
Right.
So that's a failure if the 4 was red, but not now. It's
No,
just
it's not a failure. It just means you only do half damage if you're successful. Let me grab this guy, and he's got to do dodge. Yeah, okay. You successfully attack him. So that
because
is
he doesn't beat my 13 with his dodge.
Right.
right.
Okay, and then my damage is
So that's the outcome roll. You roll a 1, so it's half damage. So you total 8 plus. Oh no, it's just 8. So 4 points of damage you do to him.
Okay.
3. And he is definitely going to back into a corner and react to you now. All right, Ming, you are next.
So can I finally move up onto the platform?
You try.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you need to do a how do you do that? We don't really have, I never really added the acrobatics thing.
I didn't have to do an
Good.
acrobatics. Why does he?
Because they were alert to him and he's trying to climb over while they're watching him. I'm not gonna make it hard.
You did stealth to get up over the top. Since they're aware of him, he doesn't have to be stealthy anymore. He just has to get up there and avoid them.
Okay. Are these 10-foot squares or 5-foot?
These are 10 foot.
They're 10 foot.
I think the squares are 10 foot, and your character is like a quarter of the square. Yeah.
Hang on, I got guys in.
We'll never get over looking at Val Kilmer as a avatar on our.
It's not Val Kilmer, it's Mad Mardigan.
Mad Mardigan, yep.
To every woman in the universe, that's Val Kilmer. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's Doc Holliday.
There's
the best Val
two women that have seen Willow.
Hey, it's Iceman.
Yeah.
Val
With
Kilmer.
hair.
Yeah, well, that's 4.
Why is there a toilet hovering over Ming's head like a urinal? What is that?
Oh, it's a
And-
light. It's a light.
And just to be weird, that's also Gay Perry.
I don't think I ever saw Gay Perry.
The movie is what's the name of it? It's a really good movie. It's him and Robert Downey Jr.
I like him.
It's I'll have to get the name of the movie.
Okay.
But you
That sounds
definitely need to
good.
check that out.
Okay, cool.
But
Sounds
yeah,
like a Saturday night movie.
Val Kilmer plays Gay Perry.
He'll still be Val Kilmer, I guarantee it.
Well, yes, of course.
Gay
Okay, so Ming, did you roll just give me a physique roll. Flat physique. Well, if you don't fail it, then you're over. Yeah, okay. So you're great. So you climb over and you can do whatever you want now.
I saved some for you, Ming.
Okay, I'm gonna do let's see here. Physique. Kung Fu with burst attack with radial sense because my radial sense is already up. Or it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't have that much time because you just jumped over. I mean, I'm trying to decide if this you blew the surprise.
Come on,
So
don't be
really,
harsh.
Llama had a surprise round, and we really need to start. We really need to throw Llama in first. Balthazar, you're waiting, right? You were waiting?
No, as soon as I saw them do something, I was going to fire.
Okay, so well then that was a surprise round for Llama. Let's start with you then, and we'll integrate everybody in after that.
Okay. So that's my shot at the tent. I assume the tent doesn't have much of a dodge
Yeah.
bonus.
Yeah, it's just a challenge level, and yeah, you got it.
So
You didn't have fire lit though, because they would have seen
yeah.
it. Yeah, you need to.
Yeah, I
Well-
had before they went up, I had the torch wedged in one of the ropes or in the cross branches or something.
Yeah, but you were waiting until they got.
No, as soon as they got close to the top, I lit it and then was waiting for them to go over and engage before I shot. So I've probably been standing there for a few seconds with a lit arrow.
We'll call that as part of your surprise round, like with Llama.
Okay.
So yeah, okay, go ahead. So that is, and you have fast, right? So you can do two. It doesn't take that long to light a fire, right? There's some kind of spark, accelerant.
Yeah, they've already got the cloth around them and it's already been soaked in oil. So literally as soon as it touches the flame, it's going.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't add yours fast, but you're going to do fast, right? On your to add your point to be able to do two attacks. Did we do that on you?
June, what's that?
Don't know.
Let me look. Yeah, I think I put it in here.
Okay.
You have two weapon attacks now per action.
Okay.
Means you can do two arrows in an action to do if you want to do them all in a row.
Okay. And that's the other one.
Okay. And you're doing that?
I'm doing this tent. So the big one, that's my first one.
Change that.
And then that's my second one.
Okay, that seems extreme. There we go. That's better.
About pulling down from the top instead of up over the head.
Okay,
That's
so
all I've got for this round.
all right, so Ming, you are next, and there are two of these guards going to go with you.
And I'll be right back.
Who's next?
You are,
Okay, then
and I'll just let you start there, so you can do a full attack. That's fine.
so is it going to be, because I don't know what you have in the macros. I have Kung Fu burst attacks, so two of them. And
I
have
think I did all yours, yeah.
and Kung Fu burst attacks with radial sense.
Let's see. So Kung Fu. So you can definitely do the burst. Nobody's really attacking you from behind, so you don't need the you wouldn't get the radio burst because that's
Okay.
more about sensing. Okay.
So 852.
Yeah, and actually that guy, I'm gonna say he's gonna go with Lemma because he can't really get to you. There's not enough room here. Hmm. Okay, guard is successful, but he only does half damage, so you take 3 points of damage. You would try to attack him, but he manages to block you with his sword and hit you instead
For how much?
for 3 damage.
So if my oh, where's that little thing?
ER.
Yeah,
The
if my DR is 3,
then you take no damage.
okay.
So you
Yeah,
cancel each
yeah.
other. Okay, Llama, you got one person. You are flanked.
Okay, I'm flanked. Oh yeah,
you-
where's the? Well, isn't the flanking guy focused on Ming though?
No, this guy is doing Ming,
Oh, okay, that's cool.
and then the other two are on you. That I was going to have them both do Ming, but
It makes
there's not
sense.
enough- Yeah.
Where's the? Oh, there's the DR3. Okay, cool. And then do we add leather and stuff to that DR? Do we make like the DRs at the top is DR3, and then do we add leather?
That's on there. You've got
That is the
DR
leather.
1+1+1. So
Yeah.
you've got leather, you've got DR, and you've got something else. I don't remember what it is. You have three
Okay,
things.
all right, that's cool. It's already in there. Okay, fine. So now I get 2 attacks, right?
Yes, but you don't have split attack yet, so you have to do either one or the other. And you're at a -1 mod. I don't think these guys have flank. No, they don't.
So I can't do. Okay, I can't. I'm just gonna hit twice, aren't I?
You can do 2 attacks, but to the same target only.
Oh,
Okay.
I see. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna hit the guy I haven't hit yet.
Yeah, and it's not technically it's not 2 attacks, it's just more damage.
Yeah. Well, but
Okay.
thematically, it's supposed to be you're hitting him twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's no modifiers. That's not very good. Come on, Wimpy.
We'll see.
Give us a Wimpy roll, Wimpy.
Ooh.
Hey, but I get half damage. Right.
Yes. So 3 damage there, and then the other guy does the
Oops.
same thing. And also hits. So 6 total. So 3, you take 3 damage. You're getting stabbed in the front and the back.
Okay, I'm not sure how to change my, I'm clicking on the 15 to change it, and it's not doing anything. To
If
change
you
my-
if you click on your icon, a circle doesn't come up.
Yeah, it does, and it says 15, which I need to
Okay,
take
click
down.
on that circle.
I did.
Oh,
There, I did it.
and you can't edit.
So how come I can't?
I probably don't have editing on. Hang on.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
can't
take-
either. So
You gotta take it down
Yeah.
to 9.
yeah,
So-
usually you click on the circle, another box will show up, and you can
Right.
do a negative
Right.
3 or whatever. So
I was confused,
yeah, it was not working.
but you had to take me down to 9.
Oh,
Vision
yep, you're right. Hang on.
versus-
Yep. Trying to fix that. Yeah.
If you're gonna kill me right. Josiah. Not that I don't deserve it.
Kill her with kindness.
All right. Should be able to edit now.
Okay.
That's what I call my weapons. Kindness.
Okay, I can do it now. Thanks.
Yep.
That's it.
Okay, so we've got main version.
She just can't stay in one place very well, but
Okay, Mub, you guys
Hey,
You're
we
with-
saw a flame.
flame.
It's
Yeah.
time to move out.
Okay. So what's your plan? What are you doing? You got around here.
How much movement do I have?
The normal walk is 30.
You just went mute, Gordon.
Okay, so I'm going 30. I think he's around here, and that's where I'm headed.
Oh, you're looking for the half elf? The monk?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can
Okay, that's 230s right there.
okay. Is your brother Sartre, you going with him or what are you-
Yeah, somebody's got to keep an eye on him.
You can see more too. Tell me if we're getting close to the guy.
You do
Uh,
not see anybody out here?
Well, I don't want him to feel discouraged. Yeah, we're getting close.
Give him hell, JP.
And then the other guys are gonna see you, but I'm gonna give it a turn. Okay, Balthazar, you are up.
And away from his desk.
What's that? Do you want to go, Ming?
Sure.
go Ming, go Ming.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the guard that the one that is flanking Llama. The one right in front of me.
Okay, gotcha. Yep.
So
Here's Jack. Hi.
damn it. There we go. Ten with a burst attack, so I'm trying to kick him in the face twice.
All right, you got it this time.
So
And,
12 points of damage.
That's enough to kill him. He's only got a few.
Yeah.
So he drops. Let's see. How do I do that again? Oh, those things. Okay. The other guy, though, you need to dodge because this guy is attacking you
Okay.
with a short.
Dodge's physique as well, right?
Correct. Yes.
Dodge. There we are.
Dodge well, my friend. It's a fair dodge.
But
Not
only
good enough.
so yep, you're good.
A what?
So you're good. He did 3 damage, but your DR resisted
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
You
Okay.
blocked it
oh,
or
I didn't
moved.
take the DR off of mine. You said I
So
took
he
6
did
points.
6 to you, and you take off 3, so he gave you 3 points.
So I didn't have to take myself down to 12. I'm sorry, I didn't get interrupted. It was just an aha moment.
Hmm.
Got it.
Okay. Let's see. Balthazar, what are you gonna do? Are you lighting
I'm
more?
looking for people to shoot. So notice check.
You don't need to. There's how far?
Can I see what I can see, or do I still need a notice check since it's nighttime to see?
No, if you can see anybody, then you can fire at them if you're within range.
Okay, can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Night.
Go to bed, kid.
It's the giggle.
So who is this and who is this?
Those that's a team of it's a guard. It's a humanoid person with a drake, one of those guard drakes.
Since the ones we've been fighting, which ones are more dangerous?
This guy's got the scale mail on and the bigger helmet, so he looks like one of the more dangerous ones.
Can the drakes, can they fly?
No, they cannot fly.
Okay.
The bigger helmet is the dangerous one.
Okay, then I'm gonna shoot.
There's one for Les's quotes.
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot at this guy.
Okay, yeah, he's just starting to stand up.
He's like, why are you guys lighting your tents on fire?
I didn't get the memo.
And I can do 2 shots on him.
Now it's a party.
Yeah.
If I'm doing nothing else,
Yeah,
Gordon, I
you
can
can.
do 2 shots, right?
That's right. Yes.
Okay. And how far is this? Do I have a penalty? It's 110 feet, right?
Yeah, you got a longbow, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like so it's
Okay,
a
so it is
minus-
1 range increment. So what is that in this game?
-1.
-1?
Yep.
Okay. So mod -1. There's my first one. And then there's my second one. Wow. Might not even know he was shot at.
Yeah. I got character sheet issues here.
With it being nighttime and looking at the flames,
These
you might
dang
hear something
mosquitoes are
like
getting big.
go by him. He's like, man, those mosquitoes are getting big.
Second. All right, there we go.
Steak knives, butcher knife, whatever, all these things that just all sitting out.
Oh, you don't have to roll. Like, I consider that again, but
Don't have to roll what?
you don't have to roll twice. It's just the double attack just increases damage.
Oh, okay.
So you should have a macro that's for 1 to hit on the longbow and be AD. Because you can't split attacks yet, so
Yeah.
your
Yeah, I
double
haven't.
attack all goes to the same place.
Right. I haven't added his macros to fix his yet, but it doesn't matter because he missed anyway. Yeah, you
Yeah,
the range and the darkness
Yeah.
confused him, so he I don't think he even knows.
I was gonna say he might not even know. Like I said, he might assume that this mosquitoes are getting big. Man, something big just flew by me.
Right. Ming, your turn.
I'm gonna take an attack at this guard and try
Okay.
to um
The fact that I don't know. Like, I do it one time.
no.
Bake my kids' guardian. I baked my dozen cookies. I'm like, nobody deserves it more.
He's 6 damage minus your DR.
Well, I'm gonna
damage.
hurry up and get over there to finish off the other guard.
I can't edit
working on it.
mine. I can't edit mine either. So if you could take 3 off, please.
Hang on, I can change that real quick.
Thank you.
There, I got it added now.
Okay.
Take that, man in corner. Corner man.
All right, you are not flanked.
I still like. Okay. Oh no! I don't know.
Oh man, I halved my damage again. Son of a gun.
Yeah, so but you do.
6.
Are you doing the whole thing with like double attacks and everything?
Yeah.
So 8, 9,
Gotcha.
10, 12. Half of that is 6.
Can you walk me through that though? I'm still confused on how you're getting me to 12.
You're
Fast. Oh, I'm adding the 8 plus the fast 4. So that's the 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So then 6. Less his DR, whatever that is.
oh yeah, yep. What is his DR?
I didn't say anything. I don't know what I was saying.
Stay pretty.
I plead temporary insanity.
I was babbling. You know, women, they babble.
Oh no! I mean, like you guys know this shit. When you guys.
What's the rule there? Should I or should I not agree with you? Is that helpful or am I going to get myself in trouble?
Always a fun one. Amy is animated tonight. What's going on, Mike?
Oh, we watched kids for a couple, 3 of them, and they've been here the whole time. They're leaving right now, so they're all talking right outside the door.
Got it. She's not normally so animated. I don't hear
No.
She's normally beaten down by this time at night.
her.
Yeah, usually she's, in the bedroom, edging for going to bed at this time.
What's the guard leader trying to notice? That there are 2 people killing him?
No, that's the other. It's these guys down here.
Ah,
Well,
okay.
one person and Ming.
Good. Notice. And there's a whole bunch of fire on where the kobolds are, and right about now you hear that horn that Llama you threw away. It gets blown, but it's the one that's on the other guard tower on the other side of the camp.
Yeah, those fey insects are causing havoc now.
Yep.
Excellent.
At least that gets their attention going that way.
Yeah. So maybe they all run towards the front gate.
Thinking all the problems there. Keep shooting your arrows that direction.
Okay, Mob and Sartre, where are you guys at?
Hey, Sartre,
Yeah.
you can see better than I can, brother. So you go and I'll follow you. We're going for the monk.
Okay. I'm not clear on where the monk is. Oh, wait, yeah. I was
You
just
guys,
gonna
you guys
say.
scoped them out during the daylight hours, so you have
Yeah.
a idea where he's at.
Okay. I'm sorry, what's my movement rate and what are the squares?
It is
30.
30 is walking or stealthily moving fast.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'll run and say,
Be safe. Just
we're
go.
here, we're here. We're here to rescue you. Be silent.
What do you see?
You got there? Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, back up again because I did something wrong.
Oh, okay.
This guy, there's a guard right over there, and he's got a torch, and I didn't have the torch on him. I need to add the lights. Can you add a light source on somebody? Not really, huh?
You can make them give off light
Yeah, so you give him a
on the
30,
character tab. You can make them give off light.
and
Gotcha.
a torch is what, a 10-foot radius, so you can give him a.
But yeah, if I'd have seen that guy with a torch, that's who I would have shot. Well, that's
Yeah,
who I would
well,
have
the,
missed.
the torch was actually on the wall in that depression area that
And
you
then he
guys
came
saw,
off.
and he
Oh,
grabbed
okay.
it and started walking.
Okay. Because yeah, my whole point is trying to keep all their attention up this direction towards me or towards the front gate, not.
Well, yeah,
Brother, you release the monk. If anyone starts coming at you, I will protect you.
Okay. Well, I see him. I'll have to sprint to get to him. It is to the northeast. It's dark. Um, just remember that penny I gave you. You can
I got the
always
penny lit up a little bit.
you can always throw it to the northeast, and maybe you'll see me. I am going to stealthily sprint, well, as stealthily as I can, and let him know what operations are afoot and to remain quiet, and we'll get him out of here.
Are you moving at 30?
Um, if I do, I won't get to him, so I have to run.
Oh, okay.
Well, if
You
you do
can't tell.
30, then you can stealth.
What's that?
If you do 30, you can stealth.
Yeah, but that doesn't put me within range. It does. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I can
Actually,
move.
yeah, I guess it
If I move
does.
twice, I get to here.
Yeah. Well, I'm going at a diagonal.
But you
So
gotta go
that's
around the
5,
tents.
10, 15,
He's going through the
20,
tents.
25.
Yeah, 50 feet.
Oh, you've got it at
He's going-
50 feet.
He's 50, and that's actually cutting between two tents, but there's
Oh,
a
okay.
path there.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. Um, so yeah, I mean, whatever.
So you get two there, but that's all you can do this round.
Yeah, just whisper, shh.
Okay, hang
We're
on.
your friends.
Many lives have been saved by the shh.
Mhm.
Okay, this guard keeps walking, and he doesn't seem like he's noticed either of you guys. You don't have your light, right, Bob? Is he gone?
I'm
Yeah.
here.
Well, I'll
It's really pointed down. It's not giving off a lot of light at all. It's yeah.
Okay. Balthazar, you want to shoot at the Drake or the guard? Guard? All right.
You're muted, Mike.
Your mic is muted.
Mike. Um, no, I'm gonna actually shoot the guy down here because this is where the operation is, and I want to get this guy looking up at me and not the guys who are trying to rescue the monk right next to him.
Okay.
So I can move 15 feet
Mm-hmm.
and still. So then, yeah. So if I move,
Can't do that and do fast though. So you'd only get one arrow.
okay. But if I go down to here, I don't get my -1. And like I said, it'd be nice to drop him in one shot, but that's not going to happen. I'm really just trying to get his attention to look up at me and come my direction.
Yeah, I mean you can crit and do a crap load of damage.
Right.
Do
So
that.
doing that, Yeah. Let me get right on that.
You haven't seen that in a while, but yeah, technically.
You guys
So
seem way more interested in rolling ones than sixes tonight, you guys.
yeah, we've all been
Thanks.
kind of rolling like crap. Look at that.
All right,
Yes.
you got him.
And out comes, that's a crit, right? 6 is a crit.
No, you'd have to do 2 greens to. Oh, did you? No, you didn't roll. Yeah, you got to roll a 6 on the physique or on
Oh,
the first one. It's you
And
got to
doesn't
have
the outcome make it like extra damage?
it. It makes it full damage.
5/6 is full damage.
Yeah, if it's not a crit. If it is a crit, then 1 to 5 is full damage. Plus, you do weaknesses.
So a regular shot, 1 to 4 is only partial damage.
Right, it's half damage. Yep.
Oh, I
And
thought it
five,
was.
5 to
I thought
6.
it'd be like a 1 or a 2 before it was low. Okay.
Oh, because I mean it's basically emulating like a D&D roll, a die roll. So you've always got that variability. Where
Yeah,
you
Mr. Crit by 1 on the other one. So
Hmm.
so 8 damage, I guess.
Yes. And what has he got? So 5. Okay. All right. He is looking all over the place trying to figure out where the hell that came from.
Well, you should know kind of the direction it came from by where it
But-
stuck in him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He yells. Let's see if we got
If he came out of that cave, at least he should know it came from the right. Maybe not exactly where at the right, but
okay, Ming, you're up.
I'm going to try to. Now this guard has backed all the way up against the wall.
No, he's engaged with you. He's got moved a little bit. It looks like he's fighting with you.
Push him over.
Well, that doesn't seem to be a thing in this world.
But you can now. I mean, the other one's engaged.
you're not putting your back to anybody, so it's not a risk.
Yeah. So what you have to do is rather than doing it, because normally something like that would be a critical success. But if you want to forego doing the chance of any damage, you can just do an attack that does try to do the effect.
Right, but I don't have any specific skill that would lend towards that.
Has anybody ever in this game?
Well, like a grappling skill, if you're a wrestler, you could do a 2-leg takedown and stand up and lift up. That would make sense.
Yeah,
But
no,
I
I would
don't-
let you use kung fu. You have kung fu. I mean, I would let you use kung fu as you can attack with kung fu, and rather than do damage, you can try to do something like a grapple or throw him over the side.
I'm just gonna hit him. Or try to.
Okay. And he's going to try to hit you.
And probably will.
Yeah.
You rolled a 7 and 1.
My gosh. Damn.
So 6 damage minus
One 3 damage.
Yep. Okay, Llama, you're up. And same with you, Llama. You've got body as an attack style. So if you want to forego doing damage and try to throw them over the side, that's what you would use.
So what do I roll to do that?
You just roll a basic body one. Let me see what we got here.
Physique, so I would roll a +3.
You could do body, you're raging.
Hey, remember when I got
And-
an alcohol plane? Those were good days.
Shit. What have I just done?
Yeah. I would let you do raging and strength, which I'm going to say that's, I need to figure out how to do that, but we'll call that a -2 on his attack against you.
So
So do the last one on your body, the body with rage with strength.
yeah, that was the one I was gonna do. Okay. All right. I want to try this.
There we go.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Do you know how to fly?
Say again?
That's what I'm going to ask him. Do you know how to
Oh.
fly? Just an 8. But he could be scared by my question.
He could be.
Rattled.
Yeah, he's definitely scared.
Yep.
That's only half damage, but he's gonna fly over. If
No, you didn't do any damage.
You didn't
just
do any
rolled
damage,
aside.
but you hurled him off the side of a cliff.
Oh, I'm just saying I did half damage. But how does that work? Because I rolled a 1.
No, you didn't do damage. Rather than do damage, you chose to try to do an outcome.
Okay. Oh, I see. I
Right,
You
but what was
threw
the
him over the
outcome?
side. Yep.
Okay.
And he's
I
going
guess that's a no.
he's only got 4.
You had to
I-
flap faster.
I'm going to say the fall is going to kill him. Where is...
So then I'm going to look over at the other guy and ask him if he knows how to fly.
He yelled as he fell down, I can't swim. You idiot, the fall will kill you.
My red X is gone. Anybody have that happen to him?
Oh,
No.
A special
Right.
trick.
Well, I'll just put a red dot because the red X is missing. Not sure why that would be. Let's see.
Red X should be all the way over on the right-hand side.
yeah, you
top
see all the
row.
others?
Yeah, there's a whole list of them. There's a yellow dot and then it stops. I think what's happening is it's getting cut off underneath.
Yeah, I had to scroll the map over so it could.
Oh, yeah.
So I can see
There
the
we
whole
go.
thing.
There it is. Yeah, it was underneath the chat box.
Yeah.
That's a programming glitch.
That is a glitch.
Okay, Llama Guard. So, you know what? It is 10 o'clock. I think we're going to stop here.
Okay.
Try to get my head together. Don't know why I picked this huge campaign with all this shit going on. I should have just done like something. Like
You're
pick
doing
the
great.
worst possible scenario to test something
Full,
first.
full-size battles.
Yeah.
Working great.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Is
the
it?
best way
It is
to
going
best
fine.
way to test it. Trial by fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I
Well,
will
Gordo,
not.
thanks again.
I will
good
not
seeing
be here next
everybody.
week for this. So
You're not gonna be okay. All right.
Are we gaming this Sunday? We're not gaming Sunday
no,
either.
we're not. I won't be here
No.
Sunday either. So yeah, we're not gaming Sunday, and I will not be here next Wednesday.
Happy
Okay.
holidays, everybody.
Happy
Hey
holidays.
guys.
Happy holidays.
All right. See ya.
Okay, later.